Alright, welcome back YouTubers to another episode of Small Engine Velocity. Today we have another top 5, and that top 5 will be 5 reasons to buy the Honda Ruckus. Again, just like the last top 5 I did, this is my reasons. I collaborated with some people online as to their reasons was, and I modified mine to kind of fit because they were also minor parts of those, but I added them in anyway. Let's get ahead and get started. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe, like the video, start a conversation with comments below if you agree or disagree. Alright, here we go. Top 5. It's a Honda. Honda Ruckuses hold their value. They're new, somewhere 26, 28. I've seen them as low as 24 whenever the dealerships are trying to make a deal, trying to get them out the door. But you can keep one, drive it for a while, get it up there in age, and still sell it for anywhere between, depending on how much you've worked on it, for 15 to 25. You know, if you did a stretch or something, or some type of motor swap, you know, you can obviously get more for it. But because they're a Honda, they hold their value. Because they're sought after, they hold their value. They're very good for urban and suburban areas. I am the latter. I am in suburbia. You can drive this thing anywhere that 45 mile per hour speed limits allow, even some 50s, depending on how daring you are to stay below the speed limit. Because you have to remember it's a maximum speed limit, so you can be underneath 50 at 45. In urban areas like cities, you could drive around in city streets, you know, go to lights and whatnot, and I'm sure parking isn't that bad, since you can park sideways and take up smaller areas, which would be good. Just be sure when you're in an urban area to chain up your bike. I've heard some stories about people getting their bikes picked up and thrown in the back of a truck or something. Imagine I can lift this thing up by myself, so I'm not very strong, so just imagine what 2 people could do really quick if they just saw it on the side of the road. For rural areas where there's a lot of highway, there's a lot of distance between 2 places, and those distances are on really long, fast roads where people are hauling butt on all the time, not paying attention, maybe not so great. I see a lot of Ruckuses for sale in rural areas with low miles because people buy them thinking they'd be a great solution, and end up they don't really fit their need. As a bonus with this, for driving in these areas, you also have to make note, and I was told to add this, that you can get 100 miles per gallon. I drive to work 5 days a week. If I use my Ruckus, I can drive 4.5 of those on a single tank, and Texas average at the moment is anywhere between $2.80 and $3 a gallon, so I spend maybe $3.20 or something like that, and I can go for the whole week. That's a win for me. Parts are everywhere. If you're a tinkerer and you want to put parts on here and do all the stuff yourself, parts are everywhere. The parts are so inexpensive in some cases for the aftermarket that you can actually upgrade parts on your bike for about the same price as OEM and start doing that customization that everybody wants to do when it comes to the Ruckus. You can also join online communities on Facebook where you can sell and trade used parts for those more expensive pieces that you need to get, or maybe someone's aftermarket custom stretch or something that you'd like to buy. You can get aftermarket online on some type of forum or website. There's plenty of them. It doesn't take very long to find one. Number 2 is the stability of the Get motor. Now I'm going to leave this one up to my buddy Christopher H. from the Honda Ruckus forums to make this explanation.
Get life. Those are some pretty good reasons to get a Ruck. So here you like top 5 lists. So for number 2, tuning. So here's 5 reasons why tuning is a great thing about the Ruckus. 5. Probably not tuning my wife's Prius. In fact, most of these cars, too expensive, too finicky, not even worth it. Get in your garage. 4. Talking with other people about tuning. It's a lot of fun. 3. I just checked the tune on my bike. just going to get a big gulp. Reason number 2, bragging about 1 mile per hour gains. Reason number 1, tuning in your living room.
Chris.
Gotta go. Later.
This guy was influential when I first bought my Ruckus and helping me sort out some things. When I bought my Ruckus, it didn't have turn signals that worked right. It didn't have a horn. There were several things that didn't really make it past Texas standards. And apparently it hadn't been registered in a while because the tags that were already on it from 2015. Thank you, Christopher. The number one reason, and this is my reason for anything that I buy, and it will always probably be my number one unless there's something that just happens to stand out more, but endless customization. You can stretch it, you can put a fat tire on the back, you can swap to a bazillion different motors if you know how to customize and fabricate. You can lower it, you can take the floorboard out, you can put different headlights, different handlebars, you can change it different colors, chrome it, whatever. Just like certain cars and other rides that you can get in your life. Endless customization. Many different manufacturers making different things that you could put on here to make it faster, to make it look cooler, to make it exactly the way you want it. So number one is it's customizable, not very expensive to customize because of parts from number 3, and you have a wonderful original ride. As a side note, I was also told by the Honda Ruckus group on Facebook to say that it is a very strong attention getter. We can drive a couple of these into a car show, park them in a parking lot, and take the attention away from supercars because they want to see these cool little mopeds that just pulled up and see what they are. Which is also a unfortunate side effect because when you're driving, people are trying to yell at you through a window asking you what it is. Anyways, thank you for watching Small Engine Velocity. This is the top 5 reasons to buy a Honda Ruckus. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe. Like the video if you did. Be sure to participate in the conversation below and comment away if you have any agreements or disagreements. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bonus footage. I just finished my maker station with my X3, my Mini Delta, my CR10, and all my electronics, and of course my tiny little laptop for my video editing and camera station. This is where I do all my productions and my making. Anyways, just wanted to share. Thanks for looking.